Hello and welcome to another video here on AdventureMe. So in the last video we left you at the Robin Hood station site. So we made our way up the embankment from Lofthouse all the way to the Robin Hood station, or where it was situated. And we ended just around here before we hit the Matty Lane section. So in today's video we're going to be making our way up this way. So we're going to walk up this old embankment which has now been levelled here. And we'll be making our way into the trees to see what we can find. And when we get up to here, I'm going to show you something that remains of an old relic there. And then we're going to be venturing into this overgrowth here. And I'm looking for the engine shed and any other associated buildings which were in the middle here. So that's today's video. So we're going to start down here on Matty Lane and work our way up through here and start the first part of the triangle. So I hope you enjoy the video today. Please don't forget to give the channel a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you down on the ground.
Okay, so we're heading further up the line now, and right about here is what they call on the old maps Matty Lane. It's not called that anymore, it's called Hopefield Walk because it's just a track now, but back in the early 1900s, this would have been a road or a small lane, but it doesn't exist anymore. Obviously, it's just a track. So if you see down there, that's where the road started, and it started from Ledwell Lane down there. And there would have been a little cross in the middle, a little roundabout. And then up this way, it just goes straight up there, all the way up to the A61 at the top, but it's just a track now. But right here is obviously still an embankment. We would have been 15 feet above us on the railway line, and there was another path which started just here where that tree is, which would have also gone up to the station from this side. So the path would have led up from there up to the station. So I'm just going to go see if there's anything left over there. I doubt it, but you never know. Good job I got my wellies on today, it's really muddy. Okay, so I'm right close to where the path would have been, but I can't see anything. It's just brambles and a brand new fence and new houses, so I'm doubting very much there is anything left. So if you look just behind me now, you can see the contours of the land and how they've totally lowered it down now and flattened it, and it's now just a parkland, like I say. So that would have been an embankment. As we make our way up here, just a couple of yards in front of me, I would now say that we would be at track level. So we're sloping up now, so just get to here and I'll turn you around. We are now at track level. So if you look there, this is now the size of the embankment, because when it left the station it gradually went down on a gentle slope down into the trees. So that's down there. And now we're track level, so we've gone up. And also, if you look down there, all along this track, they've still got the old rail ballast down, all the way up. Even on the embankment, when we were over in Robin Hood over there, on the embankment, that was full of ballast all the way through. So I'm presuming that's the original ballast. It's stupid for them to bring it in when it's already there. So I'll just turn you around. You can see where I'm heading. Right, so we've reached the point now where the two tracks hit the triangle and they split off. One went on the right, which is east, and one went left, which is slightly west. So as you can see behind me, this is the split point here. Now I'm just going to go back down a little bit because I've got a picture which was taken from about here that shows, and I'll show you the remains of it in a minute, but there was a large bridge that went up and across and down there. So there was a bridge there, and it was quite a large bridge actually. and it was made out of concrete and wood. So there was a bridge here that spanned 4 tracks. So there was, as far as I remember, there was 3 tracks on the right. So it would have been 5 actually. 3 tracks on the right, and I think there was 2 on the left, which later went down to 1. So I could be wrong. Could have been just 1 on the left and 3 on the right. But I know it definitely spanned 4 tracks at some point here, and then there was 5 further up. So okay, so we've reached a point now where the track split off on the triangle. So on the right it went into Rothwell, and on the left it went up to the Rothwell Hague quarries. So if you look behind me, you can see the split there. So it went off to the right there and off to the left there. Now right at this point I've got a picture, which again I'll put in after this clip, and it shows a bridge right just here. And I'm going to show you the remains of that bridge in a second. And it shows this bridge behind me and the split point there. And I'm going to show you that picture right now. So as you can see in this picture, there's a large bridge which leaves the right hand side, crosses the tracks and back down the other side. Now a friend of mine used to live in this area, and they're a lot older than me, but used to live in this area many years ago, and she remembers this bridge. She said she used to cross it when she came home from school or out with her friends, and they used to call it the Cuckoo Steps. I don't know why. She doesn't know why, because I asked her that, but she called it the Cuckoo Steps. And a lot of locals around here call it the Shaking Bridge, or the Shaky Bridge. Not Shaking Stevens, the Shaky Bridge, because I presume it used to wobble or move quite a bit. So that's what they used to call it. Now this path here is the original path, which used to come out, take a right there, and then up to the bridge. So that's the original path from the houses. Them houses were there in the 60s. Now this line closed down due to the beaching cuts in 1967. So they shut the whole thing down in 1967, and I don't know how long it took for it to disappear, but gradually after that it disappeared. I know by the 80s the embankment was still here, and I think the station might have been, but it was all abandoned. I've yet to find pictures of it after the 60s. So the line did close in 1967 with the beaching cuts. So what you see today is what's left, and I'll show you the engine shed a bit further up in a minute. That went in the 1920s, so that went well before that, but there's still some of that left as well. So just show you over here. So can you see that there? The concrete posts, there's 4 of them, and there's a big concrete base just down here in the brambles. That would have been the foundations for the turning point on the bridge. So you would have gone up the steps there and then up this way towards the tree. So that would have been the turning section. And if we make our way over here, you can see the middle column, or the left column should I say. Again, same thing. In fact, I'll go in the trees so you can see it better. Same thing. You've got the concrete pillars there, which would have been the point where the bridge went up. And also over here we have some steps. Let's go have a look at them. It's amazing what you find in the trees. Oh, I don't know if you can see that, there's a squirrel. It's gone now. Okay, so look at this. This was parts of the original bridge. So there's concrete, this might have been a concrete pathway or something. And you've got some steps. So these steps would have gone up that direction, I'm presuming. Straight. So this might not have turned, this might have just been straight up to the bridge and then across. Whereas the other one I know came from the other side. I'll have to look at the picture again, I can't remember.
Okay, so let's just have a quick look at this bridge on an old map here. So if you look at the bridge, on the right hand side you'll see the path and then some steps going up to the bridge. Now as you can see, they're a straight set of stairs. So those concrete pillars that I showed you in the video, they must have been underneath the top section of the bridge, not on the stairs. They must have been at the top of the stairs. to support the bridge on that side. And then if you go across to the other side of the bridge on the left side, you'll see that the steps had a kink in them at halfway down, and I think that's where the concrete pillars were on the other side, on the kink there just underneath, to support the landing, should we say. And then you'll see the steps then take a turn to the right or our left on the screen. That's the steps that we saw in the video a minute ago, and then it would have gone off up the track there, which was, back in these days, all this was just fields either side of it, apart from the right hand side. There's a couple of houses there, but not like now where it's all built up with houses. And then I'll just show you a picture now, so you can see on here, that's the stairs on the right hand side, so they just went straight up from the pathway, and that pathway is where it led to the little passage coming out between the houses that I showed you in the video. So we'll just go to another picture now, and I'm going to show you something else. So on here you can see a zoomed in section, which is the left hand side, and that's the stairs coming down, and then you'll see the kink at the bottom because it's slightly higher on this side, and just out of shot on the left hand side next to the telegraph pole would have been the stairs. And also, I don't know if you can see, but in the background there's a building there as well, and it's also on the map. I don't know why, but somebody told me that that was a fish and chip shop. I don't know how true that is, but somebody told me that there was a fish and chip shop next to the bridge, or next to the line near the bridge. That's what they said. Now, that's the only building in that area at that time, so I'm not sure if that's it, but I'd find that hard to believe. But you never know. So we'll just go across and zoom out on this picture here. So if you can see, there's a building in the middle as well. Now, this building looks like some kind of maintenance shed in the middle, but then on the top portion of it, looks to me like a water tower. Now, I'm going to have this confirmed. I'm meeting somebody this week who knows a lot about the railway and who also travelled on the railway many times, and I think they even worked on there. So I'm going to confirm that with them later on, and what I might do is at the end of this series, I might do a follow-up video just to go over some things that I wasn't sure about and clear up a few things. So I'm going to confirm that that was a water tower. I think it was. It looks like one anyway. And I'll show you why, because I found a picture recently as well. I'll show you it now. It shows the water tower in the background, but then also a massive water pump in front of it. So right next to the engine there, you've got a huge pipe. They would have put that in the engine to fill the engine up with water, because obviously steam engines drink a lot of water. So they would have put that in there, so they'd have used it to swing round to either side and fill the engines up. So I'm pretty confident that that's what it was. And then I just want to mention on this image while we're here, if you look right in the background, on the back right in the distance, you'll see another tall building. Again, it looks like a water tower, and I'm not sure what it is. Again, I'm going to ask the question when I see this person soon. But later in the video, either this one or the next one after this, I'm going to go look for that building, or the foundations. The building obviously isn't there now, but I'm going to see if I can find the position and if there's anything left at the time. Okay, so let's get back on with the video.
So right here as well, in the middle of the split tracks, there would have been a building here, a tall building. Looks like some kind of a water tower or something. I don't know if it was attached to the bridge or in front of the bridge, but it was right here in the middle. Okay, so let's go a bit further up and see what we can find of the engine shed and all the industrial stuff, which was right in the middle of the triangle. So let's go this way. So right where I'm stood now would have been the old engine shed in the middle. Again, I'll put a picture up now so you can see it. Now, the large building on the engine shed would have been about here, or just to my right. If you look down, as you can see, I bet there's something there. I bet there's walls, bricks and everything in here, but it's just absolutely, well, overgrown with brambles, and it's probably 5-6 foot deep, so there's no way I'm going to get in there to show you, but I bet there's all sorts in there. So I'm going to head on a bit further up and see what else I can find. Okay, so I've managed to get into the middle section of the triangle. It's very overgrown, as you can see, but I'm in there, and it's all full of rubbish now, so I've got a feeling a lot of people dump their rubbish here. And it's very raised up as well, so I've got a feeling there's a lot buried under here. I'd probably say when they dug out the embankments, they probably dumped a lot of it here. It's very, very high up. It's not at ground level. So I'm just going to keep venturing around to see if I can find anything. So I'm heading back down towards where the track splits now. And I found a sleeper. So I'm trying to see if there's anything down there, but I can't see anything apart from trees. No, nothing down there. If I head up this way, I spotted a sleeper. If I can get through. Wow. That hurt. Things I do for YouTube, eh? Okay, so look at this. Huge sleeper there. Definitely an original one. Let's head back this way. So this pathway here, this track, was the other track that ventured off to the collieries. So that's the left side of the triangle. The right side's over there, so we're right in the middle. There's loads of bricks around here. Red bricks, which were used a lot in the railway around here, as you can see. And plenty of wood, concrete posts. So it's definitely a dumping ground. You can see pieces of concrete post there. It's definitely where they've dumped a lot of the remains, probably of the station as well. I wonder if Robin Hood Station is buried round here somewhere. All the rubble and the demolition material. I wonder if they've shoved it down here, because it's definitely raised. And what's this? Yeah, like a tin box of some sort, toolbox. Doubt it's anything, could be, but you never know. Okay, so keep going. And look at this. Oh, look at that. Now, I'm pretending to be surprised because I actually knew that was here. I've been before. I've never been down that side, but this section, look at this. So this would have been some kind of outbuilding in the middle of the triangle. So nobody actually knows what this was or what it is, but some kind of outbuilding. It could have been attached to the large structure you saw in the picture behind it, because we don't actually know the layout of the buildings 100%. So like I said, a lot of this was demolished in the 1920s. So I don't know if this had any significance, or even if it's from that, I don't know. It could be something else that they built later on. But it's definitely railway related.
Okay, so just another quick one. If you look at the map there, the building that I said it was, I don't think it is the engine shed, because I'm a bit further up in the triangle, so I think it's this building here. Now, I've no idea what this building is, but as you can see, there is a track running through the building there, which may be the little piece of line that I'm going to show you after this clip. So I think it's this building here. So this is taken in 1921. If you look at this one, which is in 1934, the building is still there, but the engine shed has now disappeared. So that was levelled before 1934. We reckon in the 1920s that disappeared. And then if you look at the next map, which is 1949, it's completely gone now. So all of that in the middle has disappeared. I think the rails were still there, but the building has gone. Okay, let's get back to the video.
But it's definitely railway related. You can tell by the red bricks and the age of it. As you can see, the corners are rounded there. So that means it wasn't an adjoining building, it was a building on its own. You can see a little hatch there, little entrance. Or it could be a fireplace. No, I doubt that. It's definitely in a little doorway of some sort. And again, was this ground level? Or was it like a basement level? I have no idea. But like I said, a lot of this around here is raised up, so I'm presuming that would have been the ground level there. And look at the size of this concrete on here. It's huge. And that to me is either some kind of iron girder or... no, it's not rail track, surely not. Maybe they used a piece of railway track in the concrete structure instead of rebar. So let's go around here and have a look. Let's have a look inside, shall we? It's just full of rubbish. I'll tell you what, I'll get the torch out and have a look. Let's just keep going round. So on this side you've got another curved corner, so definitely no edge. No joints there, there's bolts here. It's flat on the top, but it's covered in absolute rubbish, so there's no way of saying what it was. It's got like little indents in the bricks all the way down, and there's a small hole down there. Can't really get down there, but I'm going to go around the other side. There's a hole in the corner here. And then look at this. This is definitely an inspection pit for a railway track. So where I'm stood now, again probably buried down there, runs across there. You can just see it there. That's the left wall and the right wall's there. So it would have had tracks on the timbers at the side. You can see the timbers. And the trains would have rolled in over here. And they would have been able to get down there underneath the train. So that's definitely what that is. 100%. Let's just see if there's any rails there. No, it's just brakes. So look at that. I want to get down, I really do. I want to go further down. You can see the walls there, look. And it's still got the original timber on it. Some kind of a number on that wall as well. So yeah, that would have been an inspection pit. Obviously a lot of it's disappeared. And then this is the wall again. It's got a lot of these steel strips upright with bolt holes in, so I'm presuming there was some kind of a wire fence around there, or some kind of a fence of some sort. So maybe that was like a section where they could stand level with the train when it was on the inspection pit here. So it probably would have been level with the driver's cab. Yeah, who knows? It could be some kind of a train maintenance shed. Okay, so that's about it. So I'm just gonna have a quick look around the other side of the building, and then I'll take you in. I'll just show you inside it, and then we'll move on up the track. So see you in a second. Okay, so unfortunately there's that much to see on this stretch. I think we've run out of time, so I think we're gonna have to do this as a two-part video. I don't want to exceed 20 minutes on YouTube because people get bored of videos longer than that, so I want to keep it around the 20-22 minute mark, and I'm guessing we've already gone well over that, so I think we'll stop it here and we'll continue up the track in the next video, which will be out probably straight after this one. So I'll see you in the next one.